There's two real problems within businesses that we're seeing. One is that potentially they're not organised. And the other side of the ledger is, which I think is symptomatic of society at the minute, is that there's a void in leadership. To be organised is one thing, but to have the team organised and then led properly, that's another huge piece that we're starting to see can be a great conversation. You get blindsided by all sorts of things in business. How do you prioritise those things, you know? And that's probably, when we talk about organisation, that's the key, I reckon. If you're lost in a fog and you don't know where to start, well, you've got to probably prioritise the things that are on your plate at the minute, because otherwise you'd be spread thin, and that will affect other people in the business because they see you're confused. I expect that people in the business will be confused. It may be a CEO. It may be a general manager. It may be a senior manager or a part of a leadership team. They're the ones that feel the pain. They're the ones with the problems that we're trying to solve. If you have a fully viable and functioning organisation that has a systematic approach to business and continuous improvement within a business, then you're more likely to succeed with certification. Consistently from workshop to workshop, when I put up the golden circle, invariably I find in those conversations, people know what they do really well. If you look at it from a process perspective, how is our core process on delivering on the what? But not often do people understand why. Now, I had a group of general managers in a business, they didn't understand why they did what they did, they just did stuff. If, in fact, you can get them to isolate the why, and you know where you go for that sort of conversation? Back to the mission, vision and values of the business. Then they understand that they play this part. By doing the how will always lead to the what. But the why is what keeps them motivated and their teams motivated and pushing in a direction. Never losing sight of your why in everything that we're doing keeps us absolutely crystal clear on our direction. No fog, crystal clear. Let's say we're engaged. Let's say we've spoken with the CEO, we've had that initial discussion. They say, yeah, we want to move forward with you. The first thing that I would do, and what we do, will give you a benchmarking tool, which is a self-assessment, a test, where there's some key metrics in that will give me an indicator pretty quickly of where they perceive their business to be. And that's everything from governance, leadership, sales, marketing, delivery, compliance. There's a few key questions and measures in there, and that's a rating system. So in fact, we can see quite clearly what's in the red high areas of concern, yellow and green. And that in itself goes to identify that void in leadership. And then also it sets out a scope of work of where the CEO and the management team might want to focus their efforts for the next quarter. It's a free test, and it really gives you a feel at any point in time exactly where you think you might be at as a business. It's free. Take the test.